Welcome to the show, you two.
I love that.
Hello, hello.
Hello all.
What's happening?
Who wants to kick off with an introduction?
Kareem, you want to take it or you want me to go ahead?
Let me start. Let me just get started.
Kareem, go.
Yeah, thank you, AM and Kyle, for having us. This is Kareem, product manager at AWS, and I am from SageMaker, focusing on ML governance and ML ops.
All right. And
I'm CM McNariman, and I'm also a product manager on AWS services and working on building exciting stuff for all the customers. So really excited to be here, and thank you guys for allowing us to be part of your show.
yes, we granted you access. It was all up to us. We made the decision.
Yep.
It's Kyle and
I'm
me.
glad that you brought that up because we're going to
Campus
talk about
power.
granting access as part of our demo. So this is a good introduction.
Yeah. I set you up. Yeah, we're going to be talking about. Look, when you're working with, I don't know much about ML. I don't know much about AI. I'm a simple DevOps cave person. But I do know one thing. I know you have to have very good and clean data, and you have to have a lot of data when you were working to train models, and just giving people unfettered access to data. Kyle has told me, usually not a great idea. You can't do it sometimes. Sometimes you get in trouble. You'll get emails. You'll get, calls. Stop giving people access to all the data. Yeah, you might get a page. So we're going to be talking about how to control access to data when you are building ML models. Is that right? Is that the general?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What are the challenges there, you two? What other than getting paged at 3 a.m. because you gave somebody the wrong access, what other challenges are there?
See, there is data everywhere, right? Now, the way at which the companies are moving, the enterprises are moving, they're dealing with tons and tons of data in every minute. So one of the biggest challenges is, like, first of all, understanding what data is available for you, right? Think of an enterprise, even a mid-sized enterprise, right? Every business team has their own data. So first of all, understanding what data is there for you. Second, who owns that data? Third, what is inside the data? Is it even worth spending your time working on the data? And fourth is, if you want to, can you get access to it?
And
Right,
real quick, we kind of leapt before we leaped. I don't even know what I'm saying. But, the question is, what is SageMaker? And when I think of SageMaker, I think of a wizard with like orbs that they could throw at demons and orcs and stuff. But I know that's not what it is in this context. Just quick 20-second elevator pitch. What is SageMaker?
Yeah, for sure. So you're almost right. So SageMaker essentially is a fully managed machine learning service that brings you a lot of tools and capabilities to build, train, and machine learning models that you can use for your application. So it's a fully managed IDE. You can go in, play around, and then build the models that you want for your application. So we have a lot of exciting features with this environment.
All right. Thank you for that.
And let me guess, you're probably going to need to work with data in SageMaker. Once you get into SageMaker, you're probably going to need to pull in some data from somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? So end of the day, SageMaker is going to enable you to come up with these amazing, cool models. Like how we saw in the earlier example, they had this model talking as a nurse and whatnot. So you have to build these models. For that, you need data to train, right? So for that, you need to know, first of all, what is the data? Where is it? Who do I work with to get access? And that's what this cool thing that we just launched last week, the integration between SageMaker and DataZone, is going to enable customers to fast forward their weeks and weeks of identification of what data, how do I get access to within minutes, right? And make it happen. So yeah, Sam, if you want to just add on to that, and also about the infra.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know if pretty much customers know what DataZone even is. So Amazon DataZone essentially is a data management service that makes it very efficient and easy for you to not only catalog, but also share and govern your data assets, and in this case, ML assets across your organization. So, with this integration, we want to give you that streamline of governance and machine learning tools that you can simply use as part of your application. So you don't have to really spend a lot of administrative overhead. Hey, where's my data? Who do I need to add? And then we bring in all these exciting capabilities for you where, not only you can set up your infrastructure pretty quickly, but also you have that project management capability, right? So, I can add Kareem and myself as part of a project that has this governance that, with this capability that we bring you guys. So very exciting stuff.
Yeah, and just to add to that, right? Basically 3 things. First is you can govern the infra, like what is the infrastructure that you are allowing as an enterprise for your data scientists and ML engineers to work on. Second is who can work on it. Hence is the concept of project that Siamak brought in. And third is what data are they allowed to work on. So these 3 together now can be done within minutes and get going. And the data scientists and ML engineers can focus on building what is more important to them, which is building models and make their customers' life easy, rather than go through the bureaucracy of what infra do I get access to? What data do I get access to? Am I allowed to work on this or not? And just focus on what is the core competency that they are brought in to do.
So I'm feeling like we're dealing with at least 2 different teams that will use this setup, right? We've got a team that's managing the data, probably somebody like Kyle, maybe even, who is looking over things, making sure that they're secure, making sure that we're compliant, making sure that we're not breaking access controls, right? And that's a very different group than the group that's sitting inside SageMaker day to day, working on models, cleaning data, training, and doing the things that you do within a Jupyter notebook that I've been told that you can do. I've been in a Jupyter notebook once. It was great. Amazing. 2 thumbs up. Loved it. But it sounds like we got 2 different kind of people working on this. Can we talk a little bit? And I think, Seema, you're going to show us a little bit on both of these. The setup on, if I'm this data management person, this is what it's going to look like. And if I'm the person trying to work with that data, this is what it's going to look like. Is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So before we actually kind of diving deep into that, so Kyle here is our, IT administrator. He is going to be in charge of setting up the entire infrastructure that, another persona who is Alice and is a data scientist who's going to be playing around with some data and building some ML models using Jupyter Lab. So, she's playing around with Jupyter Lab a little bit more than you am, but
you don't know
so she's going to be playing around with, SageMaker and, build that model that we want to use, right? So here, Kyle is part of, let's say, any company. And, any company is trying to build a automated loan application process. So Kyle will go in, set up that infrastructure with the, well-architected and scalable, blueprints, that infrastructure management that we bring in part of this integration. And then Alice, who's a data scientist, will go ahead and use this capability, this infrastructure, and then get into SageMaker. So I'm going to actually show you guys.
Let's pull it up. Let's look.
Perfect. So Kyle already set up everything for Alice. So I'm going to
very nice, Kyle.
Yeah, he's pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Amazon DataZone, and I am going to log into the Amazon DataZone portal that Kyle built in infrastructure for, that I can go ahead and actually do my ML development. So I'm already part of the retail banking line of business, and I'm going to go ahead to projects. And I'm part of the loan application project. Like we talked about, this is an automated loan application process where Alice, in this case, as I'm logged in as Alice, is going to find the credit card, transaction data, and she wants to build a fraud detection model. So in this case, she's in DataZone, and she's able to see all the project that she's part of. So she's going to go ahead and click on loan application project. And now she's navigated to an overview of the loan application project. She's able to see the entire project overview. And on the right-hand side, we have this new nifty tool that we bring in with this integration is the SageMaker Studio. Now, she can simply click on this, that, it's been already built by the admin or whoever's in charge of this project. And with one click, she's able to get into SageMaker. And now she's on SageMaker. And she has pretty much the entire SageMaker tools available for her that she can perform all the ML tasks that she's trying to do. So on the left-hand side, you have this new capability called Assets, where you can click on this, and we're bringing in all these governance capability that DataZone has. So in this view, you have your subscribed assets. These are the assets that the project has gotten approval to consume in their applications for all the users within this project. For example, Alice. Then OnAir-S is a centralized location for staging those assets, only available for project members. So not everybody in the DataZone world is able to see that except the project members. And now as a catalog, this is really bringing that true capability with Amazon DataZone. This is the catalog that, it's integrated with Amazon DataZone, that where you can go and find that asset. So in this case, Alice, comes into SageMaker, and then she's looking for that data. We kind of talked about data a little bit. She wants to use that data and then build that ML model. So at this point, she doesn't know what kind of data is looking for, right? All she knows is that she wants that credit card kind of a transaction data. So she goes in and type in this catalog. Let's do transaction. And then as you can see, the credit card transaction data appears here for her, right? And she still doesn't know if this is the right data. So she clicks on this, and now she comes into the details page. She's able to see all the information related to this transaction data. And as you can see, in the description, it says credit card transaction for fraudulent or genuine. So then she knows this is the actual right data that she wants to use. But she doesn't have access to this, right? Like, she won't be able to actually use it and build a model. So she goes in and clicks subscribe. And yeah, this is the governance that we are bringing with this capability. Cool. So you won't be able to actually right away. So let's say I am a data scientist.
And as Syamak is typing that, right, you as a data owner can allow for someone to subscribe by giving this message telling, hey, I want to subscribe because I have this project. Can you please give me subscription? Or it could be a public data. You don't need to go through this, and you can just say that, yeah, if someone is able to search for it, they can subscribe to it. It depends on what level of security layer you want to put on it. Or
what sort of notifications do you all support in terms of the downstream? Like, once I click submit, how are the governance people notified of this?
Yeah, absolutely. So once I click submit, so as you can see, Charlie is the owner of this, created by Charlie is the owner of this. I'm not in Charlie's account, but Charlie would essentially be able to kind of see the similar view, and he will have this nifty button here. It says manage access request. And then there will be a pop-up notification says incoming subscription request. In this case, Alice. So there will be a number 1 here. And then, Charlie can go in and actually go ahead and approve that asset.
Oh, that's cool.
And he can choose to deny too.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of power. Charlie's got a lot of power.
Yeah, Charlie is the gatekeeper.
Okay.
So after Alice has access to this data, she can go to Jupyter Lab, right? Now, she already created a space in Jupyter Lab. She can go ahead and click open. Now, on the left side, we have this little brain button that you click on, and then you can navigate actually to the loan application project that you were part of. And now you're able to see that credit card transaction data. And you can simply query on this and then open that notebook. So I've already kind of opened the notebook and ran all the code, but essentially you type in, start typing your Python code here using that data. So for example, as you can see, I have all my data here from the from transaction data. Then, I kind of go through my code. There's a lot of, good stuff here. You process your data, and then eventually you train, and finally you build that model here, right? And then once you build that model, you come back to SageMaker, and then under models, you have this fraud detection group. I've already created 2 groups to just kind of play around with the data a little bit. But then, see, in this case, she already created a group, and she created 1 version. She can either approve this or not, and then she can simply just publish that to the DataZone catalog.
Can I ask real quick, Seamak? I'm Charlie. Let's pretend for a moment. I want
Charlie.
to. Hey, Kyle. I'm Charlie. Nice to meet you. I want to come in and revoke access after Alice is done. Is that possible? What does that look like?
Yeah, absolutely. You can certainly do that. You can go back to manage assets that you have, and you can revoke that access. Now, the option that you have is you can either let Alice to continue using the data source that you've already published, or you can just kind of cut it short and say, I don't want anyone else, including Alice, to do that. So you have that capability as part of this integration.
Cool.
And the cool thing is, towards the end, as Seamak was showing, after Alice has built out this amazing model, she can publish this back to the data, to the catalog itself. Now, this model is available in the catalog for someone else to start using it or build upon it. So what happens is this goes back to democratizing data and ML in your organization. So the chain continues. She can put governance on it if she wants, and say that if someone wants to use it, I want to govern who wants to use it. Or she can say that, yeah, this is an open model for my entire organization, right? So this is, everything is happening within button clicks. It's not even a minute, less than that, right? Instead of going and getting stuff to getting permissions here and there.
Very cool. All right. So this is like full control over both data and model. That's amazing. We are unfortunately at time. So do you want to leave the audience with any anything that they should go investigate after you all are gone?
Yeah, absolutely. Please take a look at our blog, YouTube video. This integration is really cool. It brings a lot of new capability for your organizations. Definitely give it a shot and give us your feedback. We would love to hear from you. We want to see how we can make this even better and tailor towards your application. So yeah, please let us know.
Cool. Seamak, Kareem, thank you both for coming on the show. We'll see you next time, I hope, and I hope it's soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.